Welcome, everybody, to this global meditation where we come together and use our capacities to create a powerful transformation at this time. This is the third global meditation that we're doing. We did two other ones before, one each weekend before that or Saturday before that. The first one was love and appreciation, which was very instrumental for us to untangle ourselves from everything that we've played in the polarity world. It was also very powerful for us to unravel through our stories and belief systems and so forth in regards to what happened or didn't happen, what governed our experience of life and what didn't. So it was really a pretty powerful requirement for us to go into that very powerful state of love and appreciation. Because when we're in love and appreciation, we create a very powerful transformation in whatever's played out. We just reorganize everything in our past timeline, all of our subconscious memories and programs and stories and belief systems, at least enough to create openings so that we can move through it much easier. The second one that we did was very much so love and oneness. And again, we're using the energy of love and the connection of oneness, that we are all one, that we are all doing this together. And that was the second part. So first we had to untangle ourselves in a sense, and also untangle everything that we've connected with the experience of the world and what we've engaged in and so forth. The second part was to bring in that oneness, to bring in our true essence, that we are here to play together. Today's meditation goes to the next level, and we are now accessing an empowerment state. And through the empowerment, we create a transformation. See, right now there's a lot of belief systems that are going on, and a lot of other people that have been promoting all aspects of things. I'm not even talking about the mainstream media and what is playing out, but also a lot of the spiritual community component of it. Nothing is wrong with any of it, but I was just bringing it to the next level. So for us, many of us are basically feeling, many people, let's put it this way, many people are feeling that in some way or another that we have no say in the matter how we design our life and the landscape of how we experience ourselves on the planet, how we choose to interact with one another, how we create an environment that actually matches the true alignment of who we are and what we've come here to do. Because collectively, we've come here to experience a very higher level, higher capacities of our experience, an upgrade, pretty well. So for us to experience the upgrade, we're going through a powerful transformation. We are going through a lot of transmutation too, to allow all that to come in place. But when we're looking at the whole idea that we're powerless and that certain individuals, certain groups, certain elites, certain whatever may be, and even the agendas and the different propagandas and all the different systems and constructs, feeling that in one way we can be overwhelmed and seeing that we are depending on that to change. And then of course there's others that are, fighting the system and whatever else, which has a powerful component to it. However, the focus on it was part of, at times, makes it much more difficult. So it's not like we are waiting for the system to change for us, or that the fact that we feel, in this case, let's put it in context here, that we feel that in one way or another, everything dictates how we play life. That's how it looks. For us, many, many people throughout the whole planet have felt that way, felt disempowered, felt that you're kind of a victim, that you in one way or another are governed by what certain individuals, groups, and clusters agree. And then sometimes we even go as far as saying, okay, I'm at the mercy of the collective, and feeling that, okay, there's certain role players and so forth that have played very polarized, powerful roles, but at this point in time, we're not, nothing's going to change unless all of that changes. And that's one belief system, and there's a main cluster of that belief system, very much, and there's a lot of entity energies that we've put into that as being that is powerful, the almighty, and that, things are not going to change until all that breaks down. And also at the same time, creating a scenario where we feel still very victimized to whatever the systems may dictate. The other side of the equation is the fact of waiting for the savior, and the fact that we just sit back and let the changes go on. So our brother sister souls in different forms and what we call aliens and whatever else to do this, or our spirituality, or the fact that the idea that in one way or another there are going to be various deities or something of that nature, or gurus or whatever else that's going to make these changes. So we're looking at one is powerless, one is expecting and allowing ourselves to go in a situation where we're waiting for something else to change and something to come in. And this is what a lot of people get into, this paralyzed state where they feel trapped and feeling that in one way or another, if we don't have anybody that's coming in, or groups or whatever it is, to come and save us or to change this, or even say, well, our spiritual aspect will change all of this for us or shift it, that we can't do it. Now, when we really understand how this all functions and the perfection behind it, it's not about either one. It's about us. It's about us going into our empowered state. What does that mean? We're accessing the very essence of who we are, the very sourceness. We're going into bringing in, which is all around us anyways, but connecting to that part of empowerment where we're using the very fabric of the energy of existence, our very level of consciousness sourceness, to create a change, a transformation on our human personal experience, our multi-leveled aspects of projected experiences being clusters of connections that we may have and playgrounds that we have, and the global, meaning the world itself at this point in time. We're not here as victims. We did not come here as waiting for a savior in any way, shape, or form. We're not here to just experience life. If you're listening to this right now, at any point in time, you're hearing this because you are ready to hear what needs to be heard. And that is, which you've known deep inside you for the longest time, that you come here to participate, to be one with the journey of transformation. You're not here to just sit back and watch everything around you change. You came here to be active, to be part of it, to be empowered in that creation. That means you're putting your input, your awareness, your experience, and the gifts that you may have brought from different dimensional experiences. And that is not fragmented. That means that you are bringing also the consciousness, what we call the innate consciousness of our body that's connected throughout all of Gaia, through all of experience of sentient beings on the planet, completely moving through us. Our human entity that has had thousands of incarnations through the last 15,000 years on this dance. And all the wisdom and experiences that it's gained, it's bringing that into it too. And then our beautiful, powerful souls that have had multiple different experiences in different forms and different playgrounds and different dimensional consciousness and so forth, and also being participant in the source essence itself as guides at times, and at times as being possibly in angelic realms and so forth. We're here now because we're bringing all of that to what we're experiencing right now. So we're not here to sit back. We're not here to feel like a victim. We are here to participate. And we are doing this together. This is why the oneness was brought in. And we use the most powerful energy that we have is love. And then the other component is the appreciation of creation, the appreciation of all existence, appreciation of our journey and multiple journeys, journeys of the body, journey of the planet, journey of our human entity, journey of our soul, and the journey that we are doing together at this time. It's an appreciation of all of that, an appreciation of understanding fully and completely from the core of your essence that all creation, all experiences, whatever played out at any point in time was all perfect, bringing us to the state of experiencing multiple levels of polarity, intensities, diminishing all access or most of our access to our source essence, going into a complete amnesia, complete forgetfulness, all perfect. So that appreciation for all the roles that we've played with each other, appreciation for even the ones that have played the most darkest, most dense, and most disconnected energies, appreciation for every program, encodements, and everything else that has played out at any point in time. We're not here to fight. We're here to re-embody ourselves in that empowered state and create a transformation. And this is why it's so instrumental that we go into that empowerment state. Because all of us are very powerful. All of us are source. All of us have had our experiences in all realms. And it doesn't matter what the mind may think, and it doesn't matter what we use as a reference of whatever's played out on the planet right now up to this point in time. We know from the depth of our beingness that we are now more ready than ever before. So the question comes on. Here we are. We are in this very intense time. Massive polarity being fired left, right, and center. We are experiencing levels and levels of density and levels of resistance. And we're looking at all of this and feeling at sometimes that this is overwhelming. Other times we're looking at it and we're looking at it in a sense of feeling disempowered, feeling that when is this going to change? Being frustrated. We're experiencing all of that. But that's experienced from our own operating system, which is basically right going back to the ego, which is the very fundamental software that we have in our mind that has been adopted for us to create that illusion, but it's not. We're now looking at all of this and really going into stepping into a very powerful, empowered state. And that's where we're going. So the empowerment at this point is going to be leading the changes that's going to take place. So it doesn't matter how much polarization we're experiencing. It does not matter how conflictive whatever's going on is happening. It doesn't matter if one side or the other side is playing out. When we are going into this so-called oneness and tapping into our very core and empowered state, we're now using the very powerful energies that we have within ourselves to co-create a new environment. So when we look at it, already what you see, how you feel, and so forth, polarized and all, are just illusions that we clear out. We let go. We relieve it from its responsibility, including the ego. But at the same time, when we're now envisioning from a heart perspective what the world looks like, what your playground looks like, who's involved, how do we get involved, what it looks like, because that is already in you, has always been there. You know what our world is there for. The original design, the original blueprint of when it was retooled 15,000 years ago before the modification. We have experience and memory of that. Maybe not in our subconscious mind, but we have that memory from the body, from the human entity that has been here from day one. We also have that memory from our soul level for each and every time that it chose to incarnate on the planet. Not everybody has. Not every soul has. Many souls have not. Many souls are coming from other realms. But at the same time, it has that connection and reliance and knowing from those two other aspects, which is also the history of Gaia and everything else, every sentient being that's been on the planet. So all of that is coming here. So what does empowerment do? Empowerment brings us back to that creator essence that you are. Not only the remembrance, but accessing that to the point where you can see whatever is happening on the planet as just a beautiful game which you have a hand in reconstructing, redesigning to match not only the energies of the planet, energies that are coming through, but the very energy, the very core essence of what you came here to do, and the very core essence of that sourceness that plays out within you. Now, I know a lot of focus has been also with the energies that are coming in. There's no doubting there is so much energy coming in. There is so many encodements coming in. What people call also downloads are coming in. There's so much of that coming in. However, we allow ourselves to let those energies come in to stimulate. Those energies are not to replace anything. Those are stimulating our true essence. Meaning those energies, those codes, those spectrums of light are restoring our construct of how we experience. Not only is it changing our mind, it's changing the body structures, it's illuminating our human entity, it's illuminating our body consciousness, and it's also illuminating our soul. But those codes are the most updated codes that we have brought in together. It's not being projected on us separately because we have a superconscious aspect of ourselves that is working very powerfully to make all of this come through. So for us to sit back and say, okay, let all these energies come through and then things are going to be better, it doesn't work that way. The energies are stimulating us to be able to do what we're here to do, to stimulate us to create the world, because we are the projector. This is a holographic expression that exists. Even Gaia is a holographic expression with a cluster of consciousness, and we are the ones that are co-creating with Gaia in every aspect of ourselves. Now, we're saying, okay, we're stepping into these higher aspects of ourselves. How come the world is not changing? Well, we're co-creating. So that means there's many, many of us throughout 7.7 billion that in one way or another is very powerfully supporting what may have been the old world or is the old world that we are transitioning from. And we are, even though the platform is supporting this new world, we're the ones that activate it and experience it within ourselves. So this is, the empowerment is bringing us into that state of being part of all of that is taking place at this point in time. So we also have to understand as the energies come through, as those codes come through, the downloads come through, it's going to challenge certain parts of the rigidity and all the patterns and programs that we have, not only physically, emotionally, but it also affects our mind construct. And it also creates a conflict at times, or what seems like a conflict within the ego mind. Because the ego mind is going to want to hold on to the old. The new you is wanting to, or is choosing and pushing forward to become the new or be part of that new. So you're going to feel some of that. So the thing is to be in a state where you are completely observing, completely in the moment, and allow whatever comes through. The only reason it's coming through so that you can see it, acknowledge it, love it, and free it, clear it, let it go. Okay, so we're purging right now. We have been purging for a while, but now it's accentuating further and further, which actually facilitates us to become more empowered. Don't allow, I shouldn't even say don't allow, just notice if you're getting caught up in the emotions and whatever else, just be present of it. Let it move through you. Don't fight it. Just accept it for what it's showing up and then inquire, what are you showing me? What is my story, program, belief system? Because as you acknowledge it, as you appreciate it, as you love it, you can free it, clear it, let it go with so much ease. Because the new you has been emerging and it's expanding and it's pushing out hugely. And this is why it comes up a lot faster through us now. Not only do we move through it a lot quicker, but we're having it more and more of it coming up as we are purging it. Is there a bottomless pit? It's not. We are moving quicker and we're clearing out a lot of history, lineage, family dynamics, our own, anything that the soul may brought up, anything that the human entity brought up, anything that the physicality has brought up, and what the collective. We all have the freedom how much we want to play with and not play with, how much engagement we're going to have or not. That's the thing. We have that freedom. It's all ours. You know, this is the beauty of the empowerment, because you're never going to feel disempowered. You're never going to feel that you are a victim. You're never going to feel that something was done wrong for you, because in that empowered state, you see everything as a dance. You see everything in its perfection. Doesn't matter how polarized it was, how dramatic it may have been, how intense it may have been, or, you know, in fact, feeling even that disempowered state. So today's meditation that we are going to do, it's about empowerment and transformation, transforming our current way of life. It tells you right there, we are transforming it. So whatever is playing out in the game of life right now, we have the power to transform it together, coming together. Now, just coming together, we're already going to make a huge impact. We're going to fine-tune the focus of energy that is moving already through us and our own emerging throughout the whole planet. In a way, we're seeding the planet with this energy, with these codes, with this new awareness. As you go through the changes, and all the changes you've already gone through, all the realizations you've already gone through, all the different levels of consciousness you've already experienced and are continuing to experience, all the different changes that you have experienced, not only in your body, your emotion, and every part of you is connected to everyone. And those things that you've experienced within yourself is also creating openings upon openings upon openings for everyone at this point in time to be able to access it. When they access it, how they access it, to what level they access it, that will be determined individually. But the readiness for the population, or what we call humanity, the collective, is at a very powerful level, a very readiness. There's going to be some holding on for a little while for certain individuals or groups and clusters and so forth. But right now, the more we do this, the more quickly we can shift things. And by doing this, by going into that empowered state, we are also sending a message to all the different role players that they can start to relax, to let go of the reins a little bit more, to let go of the agendas and what else they've held. We're just giving that message with no expectations. Not that the fact we're doing this to change it. We're doing this so that you, yourself, empower and move forward in a powerful way. Many of you have been following the work that I've been putting out in the last couple of months or so, from the Advancing Consciousness series, and that provided a lot of tools, information, and so forth, so that to just trigger that memory of yourself and really accessing that stuff. You don't need that stuff to do so, but it is hugely helpful to have those connections come to part. And then many of us that comes to these realization, as we illuminate, as that awareness, we are all facilitating in a huge way. So every shift that you make, every every aspect of access that you have within yourself is grandly, or what you call profoundly, impacting everything that's playing out on the planet right now in a powerful way to get things moving even further. We have already committed ourselves as a collective to move forward. Nothing will stop us. However, we can add additional scenic tours. We can drag out. We can also plug in more of those polarities for a period of time. However, it's not a necessity. It's an option. And we're not here to exercise those options. If certain people do, that's fine. But you have to understand, as you are empowering, as you go through your own transformation, as you become more of your awareness, the world immediately in front of you starts to change. You're no longer looking at things in a way that you've looked at before. This new world, this new aspect of yourself is ready. So let's go and do it. So what I would like you to do at this point is we're going to take a couple of minutes to get set up. Find a comfortable position that will allow you to relax and will not put any strain on your body. As for the position, it does not matter as long as you're comfortable and that it's not going to be a distraction for you physically in one way or another. That's not what we're here to do. We want to be comfortable. So, really, the position is not something that this particular position is more powerful than the other. The power is within you, but the position of being comfortable at a physical level is very powerful. The other thing is, if you have a headset of some sort and you want to use it, it will give you a more of a deeper immersion of the meditation as we go through. If you don't have one available, that's fine. You can put it on the speaker, or if there's more than one person coming together, that's great, because if you guys are, within your family dynamics and so forth, and you want to do it together, then yes, just make sure that you can hear it properly and so forth. But the key is just to relax, be comfortable, and so once you found your comfortable space, you can start closing your eyes and focus on the breath, and we'll be back with you in a moment or two. So, anyways, to get ourselves ready, so let's put ourselves in that comfortable space, as we said. And just allow yourself to close your eyes and put your attention on the breath. And as you're focusing on the breath, give yourself the opportunity to be fully, fully present with the breath. And the purpose of being present with the breath, we catch the beautiful rhythm of the breath, and it brings us into the moment. And it's very instrumental at this time to be present with yourself. And as we focus on the breath, just be fully attentive as you take a beautiful, deep breath in and feeling that expansion in your lungs. As you exhale, just feel that gentle release and comfort that you feel as you breathe out. And as you breathe again, not only feeling that beautiful movement and expansion of your lungs, feeling the energy that comes in with the air. Just be present. It doesn't require our mind involved. Just be present. And as you exhale, just feel that gentle release and the sharing that you are doing as you breathe out. As you continue to breathe out, just feel that beautiful releasing and letting go of any tension, any tightness that you may have within yourself. We're going to use the breath to bring us into a deep, relaxed, peaceful state. A state of full presence. It's our natural state. It is the state that supports us the most. And each time you exhale, feel yourself going deeper and deeper. And should any thoughts come about, just allow them to be. No resistance, no judging required. Observe and breathe it out. As we focus on the breath, using the beautiful rhythm of the breath to remind us of who we are. Reminding us that we are a beautiful expression. And as we continue to breathe and feeling ourselves as this beautiful expression, we remind ourselves that we are here to dance with life through flow. As we breathe in, it reminds us very clearly that we are here to experience life. we take in life. We take in life that is provided for us by ourselves on this playground, in our physicality, and everything else that we've used along the journey. As we take in, and experience life, it's like the breath. We take in life, we take in the breath, and we experience what we've taken in and utilize it for our very specific purpose. And as we breathe out, it reminds us of the flow of life. As we breathe out, not only do we share, but we let go. We let go and flow with life. Life is a taking in, an experiencing, and a letting go. And that is so. As you continue to go deeper and deeper, we now, all of us, invite our soul to fully embody within us, to be fully present at this time through this beautiful meditation activation that we are doing. And as our souls embody us, we're bringing in its key instrumental energy of creation, of experiencing, and of its consciousness. And we now ask our soul to activate. Soul, activate our home frequency. The frequency fully of its established experience, essence, and access. The consciousness that it's gained in all incarnations, on all dimensions, and in non-form. And we now direct this home frequency throughout our whole body, encompassing our body, our human entity, our mind. And being present with this beautiful home frequency. And allowing our hearts to expand further and further. Feeling that presence of home. The presence of sourceness within you. And as those energies move through your body, illuminating you, creating more and more openings, and letting go of any potential blocks, patterns, and to facilitate us even further, we now activate within ourselves, tapping to our very core essence of all existence as source. Therefore, we now activate the highest level of source that our body can contain at this time. Since we are part of the field, we are source, and we have gone through various experiences to adjust our sourceness, to have this experience, we're now activating the highest source essence within our body, which encompasses not only our body, our human entity, our soul and mind, creating a beautiful dance of energy within ourselves. Not only increasing our vibration and our frequency, illuminating and increasing our spectrum of light. And this expression of light is a holistic expression. As this beautiful dance is taking place at this time within ourselves, merging and cohabitating and illuminating every aspect of ourselves, the home frequency of our soul and the source frequency, which come from the same source, just emanating different spectrums to create a beautiful dance within our body, within our mind, within our human entity, within our soul. Just be present as you feel the energies moving through you. And feeling yourself illuminating more and more as a powerful beam of light. We're accessing who you are. At the same time, we call forth the beautiful energies, spectrum of lights, codes, and the different energies emitted from Gaia to move through us, from the core of the planet right through us and everything in between. Merging and dancing with the energies within us right now. And now we also open ourselves to the beautiful energies being shared by our own sun, which is a beautiful planet emanating the highest level of consciousness to support our whole solar system, and specifically us right now as the ones that are playing an active role in transforming ourselves and our beautiful experience of life on planet Earth. It's sharing with us elevated spectrums of light, elevated source codes, vibration and frequency to support us with great love. And it also reflects the beautiful energies that are being shared by our galaxy. What we have referred to as the central sun of our galaxy. And those codes, those spectrums of light, reflect all the levels of consciousness and creations that exist within the galaxy that have had the opportunity to advance as we are advancing. Some others have advanced further and others less, but all of it is being shared to support us right now. All that is being shared, we are receiving within ourselves, merging every part of it. We're present with the dance. And since we are the ones that are playing on this planet, are the ones that are participating and co-creating these powerful transformations, we now activate within ourselves the opportunity to restore our bodies, restore our essence to our natural designed blueprint to the degree we are ready to receive. Letting go of any idea that we need to suffer, struggle, live in polarity. Letting go of any disharmony within our body, within our mind. We allow ourselves to purge all of the old aspects of ourselves, all of our old reference points, labels, definitions that we adopted at any point in time in our life, giving us the opportunity to let the new aspect of ourselves to flourish, to present itself in its true essence. as we have come together at this time to participate and to support one another as we co-create our new aspect of ourselves and world. We now acknowledge that we have played a disempowered role, which has served us and prepared us for this time. But now we are ready to become re-empowered, to access that empowerment that we are. We are Source. We are the Creator. We co-create with all aspects of ourselves. As a creator, we do what's best, what we are good at, and that is to create. And then we experience, observe, and flourish within our creation. As a creator, there is nothing outside of us, for we are the creator, the creation, and the experience of our creation. We have never been anything else. We've only created the illusion that we were not Source, Creator, or our creation. Now we are dissolving that illusion. And as we dissolve that illusion, we can now step in a more empowered state to recreate, redesign, reshape our personal and extended and global reality. We are here at this time and have gathered at this time, for we all are ready to step into the embodied state and redirect, redesign our experience and playground we call Earth. We all are here to experience the game of life as it was. But we are also here at this time to transform all of it. We are all instrumental in everything that we reshape and redesign, while using higher levels of consciousness. We have stepped out of our inverted matrix, inverted 3D and 2D. we have co-created two beautiful platforms for us to play with. An organic 3D and organic 5D for a period of time before merging into organic 5D fully and completely. These two platforms we have co-created supports us to be more of ourselves in this empowered state. We are here now, uniting ourselves with other aspects of ourselves located throughout the world right now. Each one of us activating not only our essence, but our capacity as a conduit of higher consciousness, a conduit of light, a conduit of being the very essence and creator of all existence. As we are illuminating at this time, we expand our illumination throughout the world right now, from every locale that we are positioned. And we use love as the very core essence. The core essence of our source essence that we are. Expanding our heart even further, shining throughout the planet. Immense love. We are the creator. We are the co-creator with other aspects of ourselves. As we are in this empowered state, we now recognize the perfection of all experiences we've had, all interactions we've had, and our current dance of life. we now, in this beautiful, deep, powerful, of empowered state that we're in, while we transmit profound, ultimate source essence love in our empowered state, in our source state. From our hearts, we transmit a beautiful thank you throughout the whole world for this beautiful dance that we have co-created up to this point in time. And from the depth of our heart, we now instruct all of us that we no longer need to support, hold on, and continue with the old world. We no longer choose to support and carry forth polarity. Separation, restriction, and all the ones that have taken a role to support a lower state of consciousness that is very powerful reflection of the inverted matrix, inverted 3D and 2D, that we now, with great appreciation, free you from your responsibilities, free you from your roles, to unite with us, to transform this beautiful dance of life. We are no longer separate from you, even though that was never possible. But we now embrace you more than ever with love and appreciation from our empowered state. All of us now are joining forces together, joining our energies, our consciousness, to work as one beautiful, powerful, transformative unit of love and oneness. To reconstruct all operating systems, reconstruct what we call the way of life up to this point in time. To take from the very core of our operating system the need for the ego operating system, software in our mind, to remain active, as we also clear all encodements and all that we have adopted as part of the operating system that is associated with the inverted matrix, inverted 3D and 2D. providing a beautiful ease of transformation as we upgrade every aspect of what we call reality. We illuminate this playground we call the world together. And we call forth all the beautiful beings that habitate Gaia from within to also support us by beaming beautiful spectrums of higher consciousness light. We bring ourselves together in alignment with the collective energy of our galaxy and universe. That beautiful connection, that beautiful expression and experience from the multiple facets of ourselves on multiple facets of solar systems, planetary and different physical forms, all the different dimensions and all the associated energies of those dimensions, to bring us to a new level of alignment within our galaxy, within our solar system, within our universe. Purging all need for polarity, including dark and light, and bringing everything to 0 point, neutrality, oneness, as the empowered beings that we are. Together. And now, each one of us access our hearts. And just allow ourselves to be present with not only the energy and consciousness of our heart, but to access the world that is waiting to unfold, the world that is ready to express within ourselves. Allow it to go into our creative ability, our imagination, streaming that into our mind and seeing that world that resides in you, all around you. To see that world, to feel that world that you came here to co-create. That world where you flourish. That world that goes beyond anything we've experienced on planet Earth in the last 10,000 years. Start with your own personal reality. Allow yourself to reshape your reality to what matches with the core essence of who you are within you. So as you focus on your heart, allow your imagination, your creative aspect of yourself, to really start shaping the world as you see it within you. Feel it and experience it within you. We release the limits to our creativity and imagination now. Everything is possible. Everything is pure potentiality ready to be brought forth. So each one of us, create in your mind, see it in your mind's eye, the world that is there waiting within you. And project that from your heart and your third eye. And let's be present. Let's take this next few minutes to completely experience that world within you, in your mind, using your creativity to the fullest. There is no more limits. Expanding our hearts, opening our mind, and seeing the world within you. And this world is projected throughout the world right now. You are being supported to experience the world in your creative aspect of yourself. Let's expand our vision of the world even further so that we can feel ourselves fully present there. You're breathing it, you're living it, you're experiencing it. Bringing your creativity even further forward. See and feel your presence there. See and feel the presence of all other aspects of ourselves that are uniting right now in that beautiful world that is projecting from you. Now we are combining the sourceness of who we are in our imagination, our creation, each and every one of us. We bring forth our empowered source essence of ourselves in our creation, being present in our creation, feeling it, being it. Notice the joy that you feel within you in that creativity and that projected world that lives within you. It is the home that you are bringing forth for the duration of this journey of yours. Leaving a beautiful mark on this beautiful playground. Together, we are co-creating and ushering in the world that we came here to co-create and experience. While we are being fully who we are as that source expression with your individual signature frequency, and also contribution in this grand transformation we are going through. And none of it is outside of you. For when we realize, and we are at this time, that we are all one within us, that separation no longer exists. And nothing happens to us. We create an experience. And this dance of this world is now upgrading because of our participation together. Because collectively, we are ready. And let's open our imagination even further, our creativity even further. Not only seeing this beautiful world that exists, but seeing the beautiful you that you are as that expression. See the very expression that you are as part of this new world that we have created and are constantly creating and transforming. We now activate the remaining part of our empowerment, our state of sourceness, and open ourselves for personal and collective transformation even further, because we are capable now. We thank ourselves for co-creating this beautiful opportunity to really step up and be an active role player in the transformation of ourselves, the world, and all of creation. Now let's put our attention back into the breath, and let's be present with the breath and movement of life. Being present of the movement of the breath and of life. We've come here to experience ourselves in form, so we utilize the breath to put our attention back into form, back into a physicality, but we're back into a newer version of ourselves, a newer version of our physical expression. And a newer version of our reality. And our new version of our world. With all the different newer versions of the playmates we've engaged with before. As we continue to focus on the breath and just following the beautiful movement of the breath, reminding us once again that life is like our breath. We take in experiences all the consciousness and energies being offered, not only within ourselves, but all of our beautiful playmates, experiencing it to the fullest, and then releasing, letting go, flowing with life. We take in, experience, and we let go. That is the flow of life. Nothing to hold on to. Nothing to carry. Breath is always moving. Life is always moving. And our true essence is always moving. Creating, experiencing, and just creating. That is our dance of life. And each breath empowers us even more. Each breath creates more transformation. Each moment in our lives continue to expand us, empower us, and transform us. Let's use the next 5 breaths to bring us more into a conscious, present, physical state. And just go with the beautiful flow of the breath, feeling the sensation of the inhalation and the sensation of exhalation. After the 5th breath, gently open your eyes and be fully present in your reality, in physical form, and everything that surrounds you in your reality at this time. As it is comfortable for you right now, gently open your eyes and be present in your environment. Thank you for co-creating this beautiful, powerful opportunity for us to be empowered and transform our human experience and our world. We are no longer limited. We're no longer just a form with limited access. We are Source itself in our beautiful expression of who we are. Thank you.